Hi folks, and welcome to another topical deep dive here on the Cord Cutters News YouTube channel. And yes, as the title and thumbnail image suggests, this one is all about Roku's latest software update, otherwise known as Roku OS 10.5. We put out a video a few weeks back going over the company's initial announcement, but now we've actually had some time to explore what's new and try out some of the new features, additions, and enhancements ourselves. So if you're looking for some hands-on info about Roku's latest and greatest, you've come to the right place. This is Roku OS 10.5 Hands-On Impressions. Who can upgrade to Roku OS 10.5? Okay, first off, let's go over which devices are eligible for the update. So here is a handy list straight from Roku's own software release notes. And as you can see, we've got a number of current and some older models on the list. You'll need to check your device for its specific model number to see if it can join the party. On many Roku models, that number is listed somewhere on the device, but you can also check by heading to Settings, System, and then About. And in addition to dedicated streaming devices and Roku's audio gear, all models of Roku TV Smart TV should also be eligible for 10.5. The new software update should be rolling out to eligible devices around the time this video goes live, so if you haven't checked lately, you can head to the Settings menu on your Roku device, select System, and then System Update. Click on the Check Now button to have your device scan for any available updates. If 10.5 is available for your system, it should start downloading and installing the new version. So now that you know whether your own Roku device should be in line for an upgrade or not, let's dive into what you can expect. Roku OS 10.5 Content Accessibility Improvements. Like we mentioned in our earlier coverage, version 10.5 is more evolutionary than it is revolutionary. By that we mean the changes and upgrades it brings are relatively modest rather than sweeping overhauls and changes about how the Roku platform operates. That being said, some of these could be very welcome additions depending on how you use your own Roku device. So let's start with content access and what Roku OS 10.5 brings to the table. Perhaps one of the most visible changes right from the start is the addition of a live TV tile on the Roku home screen. That gets you quicker, easier access to the Roku channel's live TV content offerings, which the company says includes more than 200 channels. If you're setting up a brand new device, you might see the new live tile pop up when you start. But if not, you can search for it within the channel store by looking for live TV on the Roku channel. Hand in hand with the updates to Roku's streaming platform, the company is also sprucing up its mobile apps, and recent updates have added more sections and features to the iOS and Android offerings. Users should see a new home section with areas dedicated to featured content. There are also zones that offer specific categories like TV shows, sports, news, and more. You can also drill down to specific shows and movies and add them to a save list, which bookmarks content for when you're back in front of your Roku-equipped TV. That save list feature also works within the search menu, so you can quickly pin shows or movies to watch later. The company also highlighted several improvements to its voice capabilities, including more app support for direct playback. Now, the company says most any app that shows up in search supports voice commands, so you can start playing a title immediately. Roku did not have an exact number of supported apps handy, but it did mention two popular options have been added to the list, including Spotify and Netflix.
Play BTS on Spotify.
Speaking of voice improvements, see what we did there? Anyways, yes, we've got some voice support improvements sprinkled in throughout Roku OS 10.5. So in addition to more apps supporting direct playback, users should also see voice entry popping up in more places, like login screens on supported apps. You should be able to speak your email address, password, or PIN codes in more places. A good example of this functionality pops up when you're setting up a brand new device that's got version 10.5 installed. When you first sign in, you'll see a prompt pointing out that you can enter your login credentials with your voice, and you'll find other areas where you can use your voice to input, say, a PIN code to reset your device. The company also touted voice support for music and podcast, with an emphasis on featured partner Spotify. At the moment, though, searching for music and podcast by voice is a bit hit and miss. We searched for Metallica by voice and got a selection of relevant search results, but when we did the same for Taylor Swift or the Office Ladies podcast, our Roku device took us straight into Spotify to play a song or trailer instead of showing us results to choose from. So your mileage may vary with that feature. And like we mentioned in our earlier news post, there's a Roku Voice Help section to showcase what users can actually do with voice commands. At launch, the voice help feature is available in the US, Canada, Ireland, the UK, Mexico, and certain regions of Latin America. And if any of you out there learned some new voice tricks via the company's new help section, feel free to share with the rest of the class in the comment section down below. Audio improvements in Roku OS 10.5. Roku's well-known private listening mode is one of the audio highlights for Roku OS 10.5. The company says it's made significant improvements for those who use the feature through the Roku mobile app. Now, the type of headphones you're using is taken into account when enabling the feature, which should hopefully reduce or eliminate any annoying sync issues where the audio and video feeds aren't quite in lock with each other. That can get quite distracting when, say, someone's voice doesn't line up with their lip movements, or if explosions and other sound effects happen a tad too early or too late. And if the new auto-syncing feature isn't enough, you'll be able to fine-tune the experience using your smartphone's camera. So of course we gave that a shot as well. Now, a quick warning here, a section of this footage contains rapidly flashing lights, so please avoid that section if you're sensitive to that type of visual information. We'll provide a timecode link below where you can skip past it just in case. So the sync feature asks you to point your phone's camera at your screen while it flashes between purple and white. The app will use that info to better sync your audio. In our test, the sound was still a little bit off while watching Star Trek: The Next Generation on Pluto TV, but you can access a slider to adjust timing even more, and that solved our issue pretty quickly. Overall, it's a very nice addition for all you private listening fans out there. Moving on, if you watched our earlier video, you might remember we mentioned another neat little audio trick. This one applies to Roku's line of speakers, including its smart speaker options, the Streambar and Streambar Pro. The company has expanded on its add-on capabilities, so now you can tack on a pair of its wireless speakers to act as front left and front right channel speakers. Before this update, users could add those wireless speakers as rear channels only. Now, with the new front channel support, the Streambar or Streambar Pro becomes a dedicated center channel. Add in the Roku subwoofer and you've got a 3.1 channel setup. You can go a bit further and add another pair of wireless speakers as rear channels for 5.1 channel surround sound. We're hoping to get some hands-on time with this feature as well, but for now, heads up for anyone looking to build out a Roku-centric surround sound setup. And yes, in case you're wondering, owners of the older Smart Soundbar and the on-branded Smart Soundbar are invited to this surround sound party as well. And hey, if you've given it a shot before we've had a chance to, feel free to share your setup and usage experiences in the comment section down below. I'm sure there are plenty of folks out there more than a little bit curious about the new surround sound capabilities. Okay, this next one is going to be most useful for anyone rocking Roku's audio gear, including the Streambar and Streambar Pro. And if you are one of those folks, you might already know that you have access to sound settings like enabling night mode or auto volume leveling. Well, Roku OS 10.5 makes it easier to access to those settings. So instead of digging into the menus on your Streambar, you can now gain access to those features via the Roku mobile app. The company says that could come in handy when you quickly want to make sound adjustments, like when everyone else in your home has decided to go to sleep, but you want to keep watching a movie without distracting anyone. The sound settings feature is available for the Streambar, Streambar Pro, Smart Soundbar, and the on-branded Roku Smart Soundbar. And one quick note, accessing those sound settings via the mobile app is currently a US-only feature, so heads up there.
What about performance?
Well, in its official press release, Roku did not explicitly mention major performance upgrades coming along with Roku OS 10.5. It's much more focused on usability improvements and expansions of existing capabilities. But the company's software release notes do mention speed improvements when it comes to things like channel launches and loading up the home screen, so we decided to take a look using our good old performance benchmarks. And to test this out, we enlisted the help of a 2019-era Roku Ultra, since we couldn't yet access OS 10.5 on our 2020 model. And after we upgraded it to OS 10.5, we reran our standard app loading test to see what, if any, differences we could tease out. And for reference, here's how the 2019 Roku Ultra did the last time we tested it. And here's how it did with Roku OS 10.5 loaded up. And as you can see, we found some solid app loading improvements pretty much across the board, with that 2019 Ultra completing our test nearly 13 seconds faster. Of course, there have been a few software updates between these two tests, but it is nice to see what's possible via software improvements. Wrapping it all up. So we hope this video came in handy whether you're a seasoned Roku Pro or brand new to the streaming platform and its software. And as always, thank you all for watching. And if you've given the latest Roku OS a shot, feel free to share your thoughts so far in the comment section down below. And again, if you'd like to know more about the company's newest software and hardware updates, be sure to check out our earlier coverage, which we've linked to in the video description down below. And stay tuned. We're looking forward to getting some hands-on time with Roku's newest gear soon. We're entering that busy holiday shopping season, so it should be an interesting time for new streaming hardware for Roku and Amazon as well. For now though, be sure to click those like and subscribe buttons down below if you haven't done so already. We'd certainly appreciate it, and you'd also be telling YouTube to keep recommending our content to more and more viewers. And until next time, my name is Philip Palermo. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you soon. Take care.